This is a real genuine pleasure for me to talk to you once again with such great news for us all. Tool will play Spark Arena, Auckland, Saturday, November the 22nd. You can text the word Tool to 3520 right now for all your ticket info. Welcome to the show, Maynard James Keenan, and thank you very much for coming back to see us, sir.
It's a pleasure.
I do believe this will be your 8th visit to New Zealand, including a couple of big day outs. I first saw you in Wellington in 1997. It was for the Anima tour. I was like a 17-year-old kid, and you guys blew my mind that night. That show was everything to me at that time. What are your recollections of playing here over the years?
Playing, it's usually playing is a blur, right? Because you're up there and it's the adrenaline's going. But my favorite parts of New Zealand, of course, are the wineries. So my memories of, the Black Sand Beach and visiting Surge and, seeing Sam Neill and going to wineries, that's New Zealand to me is the people that I know there.
Are there particular reds that jump out to you? Are they the red ones from the Hawke's Bay? Are they from Waiheke? Where are your favourites from that you'll look to enjoy when you're here?
Yeah, what you just said. Yeah, those are fantastic. Of course, I love two paddocks.
Yeah, awesome, man. So you have obviously been a crucial part to so many Kiwis' lives at different times, and I reckon the cool thing with your guys' longevity means that there'll be Tool fans that when you come back to New Zealand will not only get to see you for their second or third time maybe, but they might even have some of their kids that are 14, 15, 16, 17 that get to see you for the first time. When did you sort of notice that you start to, see the cross generations of Tool fans? And what's that been like?
Right around the time I got my hip replaced.
Worked in together. That must be a cool thing for you guys, though, to see that.
Yeah, I think it is. It's just, I think just because I write from my age and where I am, the progression, you start to, of course, the new fans are, of course, listening to the old stuff because that's where I was at their age, right?
Yeah.
They might not necessarily relate to the newer stuff as we go because they're at the age that makes sense for them, and then they'll eventually grow into the later albums when they get older. But we still maintain the older audience as they come along, and I think staying fresh with playing with different people helps expand your awareness of that. So between Pussifer and Perfect Circle and Tool, you're constantly speaking different languages to different audiences. So I think that's necessary to, as an artist, to maintain and to grow and to reflect.
I have a question that I wasn't sure whether I should ask you or not, but I want to ask you maybe anyway. But I heard you talk about it, but the last time you were in New Zealand, you thought you brought COVID with you. So we were just wondering whether you were planning on bringing anything to New Zealand with you this time when you come for your show in November.
Yeah, it's brand new. You probably haven't had it yet. Chlamydia. I'm going to bring...
Cool, man.
Just a little bit. Just a tip.
That's all you'll need. That's all you ever need. Hey, it was also cool to see you live, albeit online from here, at the Back to the Beginning Black Sabbath shows. You guys sounded awesome. Of course, even more powerful now with what has occurred with Ozzy's passing. How meaningful was it to be a part of that day?
Extremely, because I've been friends with the family for since back at Ozfest way back in the day. 1998 is when I first met the family, and maintained fairly good contact since then. I lost touch with Jack for a while, but reconnected with him several years ago. So really, and knowing how close that family is with each other, I can feel how devastating this is. But I can also speculate that it's a little less devastating for them having had the opportunity to essentially have his living wake in a way, right? So
yeah,
invite all your friends Irish style and have your living wake.
Yeah, an unbelievable celebration of life, which is what anyone would ever want a funeral or wake to be, and obviously, yeah, it worked out that way to be. Was he in good spirits that day? I mean, obviously you don't have to answer these questions if you don't want to, but we're such big fans of Ozzy and Sabbath, and, you know, like, did you spend much?
I didn't get to see him at Back to Beginning. So much was going on. There were so many bands, so many personalities running around, and he was on lockdown, because when I saw him in Cleveland, it was, you know, he wasn't walking too great. So it sucks, but that's not surprising. His passing, having seen him in Cleveland, that was coming. If it wasn't as recently as it was coming soon. So to be able to reconnect with him in Cleveland at Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then be able to go over to Birmingham and contribute our time for that, it was an honor.
So is it true, you've sort of said a little bit about it, Tool fans in New Zealand, I think we're the biggest buyers of Tool per capita in the world. We love saying that stat. They always want to know, is there new Tool music? And I saw recently you thought that being a part of that day might have helped speed the process up. Is that true? Is that still a thing?
I don't know.
You're in the band, man.
Well, yeah, but, you know, those guys have to get together and chase their tails until they're done chasing their tails, and then I can come in. I'm not even really. They say I'm allowed in the room, but then there's no room for me in the room. It's super tiny. So I have to wait. I you know, until I hear something, there is nothing, and there might be something, but I haven't heard it. So meanwhile, I'm, you know, doing other things. I've just finished up a Pussifer record that comes out next year, and probably going to dive in on working on Perfect Circle. But if all of a sudden I get stuff from Tool, then sorry, Billy. You know, kick that down the road a little bit.
I did also want to say, just out of respect as well, I wanted to acknowledge Brent Hines, because I know Tool played a lot with him and you guys knew him well, and so just wanted to say sorry to your loss, because I spoke to him a few times over the years and he was a super fucking cool guy, and so just obviously respects to that for you guys, and still wanting to come on and have a chat when I know you probably don't want to do it, so I do appreciate that.
Thank you.
On a different topic, right? We at The Rock at the moment are currently midway through our biggest thing that we do each year. It's called The Rock 2000. It's a huge listener-voted countdown. It's been going for nearly 30 years. Tool always dominate. You've won it a couple of times. Just wondered, Maynard, if you had anything you'd like to say to the many Tool voters that are out there listening right now in the middle of the countdown that voted for your songs.
Checks in the mail. Make sure you vote for me. I don't know. That's cool. You guys have a full countdown, and is it like a kind of voting thing? He has to vote, and that's awesome.
Biggest amount of votes we've ever had this year.
Are you allowed to vote just the once, or can you vote twice? You
can pick up to 20 songs. This year, over 100,000 New Zealanders voted. So when you think there's only 5 million of us, it's a hell of a buy-in.
Yeah, that's true. So here's my suggestion. If you're allowed to vote for 20 songs, make 19 of them Tool, but then the 20th one should be the Pina Colada song. For me.
Okay, all right. I'll pass that on. Hey, now on another note, so we also had, and I know you're a fan and a student of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, BJJ. We had Israel Adesanya in the other day, Kiwi fighter. I told him that I was going to be talking to you. He's a massive Tool fan, in particular loves Numa. Now, this is Israel Adesanya talking to you, Maynard James Keenan. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to play you this.
Maynard, right there in the locker room before we walk out, there's warm-ups, you know, we're just getting ourselves ready. I like to have Numa in the background because it's, for me, a 12-minute masterpiece. It's a track that slowly progresses to a crescendo that gets you ready for war, gets you ready to ride into battle. And I can't remember the first time I heard it, but ever since then, in the back locker room, I just have it playing right before I walk out because that song gets me amped and gets me ready to go. So thank you for that, and thanks for what you do. I'm a big fan.
Fuck off. Really?
Yeah, bro.
Excellent. Is he going to come to the shows or what?
He will be. I think he came the last time when you guys were here.
I didn't get to see him, so someone needs to make sure that he is not allowed to leave the building until I get to say hi.
I will pass that on. I'm sure Izzy will be keen for that. Maynard James Keenan, if you don't mind, I've got a couple of hypotheticals for you. I want to take it back 33 years. You're a young fella, 28, about to release Undertow, Skullet and all, and I play you that song Numa. Do you think you'd recognize yourself, and what would you think?
I might be drawn to it just because the phrasing would have been something that would, resonate with me, right? So maybe, maybe I would recognize that. I think a younger version of yourself would recognize some of that phrasing and some of that vibe, especially when you're. I don't know about you. This is a long answer. I'm sorry.
That's right.
I have friends like there's musicians that I like, and I'll just talk about some of the female musicians like PJ Harvey and Jillian Welsh and Fever Ray, right? There's a particular tone and cadence to those vocals, and then I'll have friends going, oh, if you like this, check this out, and they'll give me a something, and it just has nothing to do with any of those things. The vocal isn't as powerful or on that edge of sad meets, there's a depth, there's a vocal behind the vocal and a voice behind the voice that you get with people like PJ Harvey and Jillian Welsh. And so I think when you recognize that tone, I would say, to answer your question, I would probably recognize something familiar in Yuma if I was, even though I was 28.
Les, just quick hypothetical here. You're about to embark on your journey as a musician. Instead of it being 1992, it's 2022. Are you going to say, A, fuck this, I'm going for a different career path, or B, I'll stick it out and hope Hush goes viral on TikTok?
What's TikTok? Just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I think that would probably by now, if this was everything about your environment, you're definitely, that's their nature and nurture, right? As far as what your environment is, I would imagine that I would still be involved in the arts in some way. Don't have a crystal ball, couldn't tell you, but I would imagine that I would be looking around nowadays. I would probably get more into comedy and film, and or maybe pursue a career as a coffee roaster. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, fair enough. And just lastly, a quick fire. What car do you drive, Maynard James Keenan, and what do you listen to in it when you're driving? Everybody else that listens to you in their car. What do you listen to when you're in your car?
Well, it depends on where I am, because of course in Arizona on the farm it's a Toyota truck. But in LA I have a little garage at that apartment there, and it's a smart car.
I cannot see you in a smart car.
Yeah, smart car, because you can park it anywhere, and I can zip in and out. It's good on gas.
No one's going to believe that's the singer of Tool in a smart car next to them in traffic. No one's fucking buying that.
Then you don't know me.
Yeah.
I drive practically. I don't have a BMW or a fucking expensive car that you have to care more for than you do your dog.
Yeah, fair enough. We so look forward to seeing you in New Zealand, November 22. You're always welcome in this country. We love you. Do you have a favourite song that you love to perform now? Has it changed over the years?
Invincible is my favorite one to perform.
Excellent. And last question, what is your favourite thing that you have in your possession? Mine is this. I bought this vinyl. It's the first pressing, so much so that it's in my will for my boys to keep if something should happen to me. It is the Tool Anima vinyl. What is your favourite possession?
I have the original framed, autographed Kiss poster that came out before that was their first record release. It just says, the bottom, it says new on Casablanca Records and Tapes, Kiss. And it's them in their original outfits with smoke around them. And I think Peter Criss has a dagger in his hand. It's the original first Kiss poster, and I have one. I've had it since high school.
I reckon you could probably get them to sign it pretty easily as well. I reckon you might know some people.
It's already signed.
Ah, amazing. We've got to let you go. I thank you so much for your time. We cannot wait to see you back in New Zealand. A real pleasure. Maynard James Keenan from Tool. Thank you, sir.